Hello, wonderful YouTube. It's Alex, and well, today, I think a while back, I promised I'd do a little bit of a set review on this. The Lego Creator Expert 10 to 11 Grand Emporium. Now, if my audio sounds weird, it's because I'm not using my AirPods as a mic today, because I'm trying to test out a little bit of a different camera setting. So, anyways, let's get into it. So, behind this box is a beautiful building. Like, look at this thing. It looks stunning all around. It looks big, actually, next to other buildings, despite the fact it actually is one of the smaller ones in terms of the piece count. Anyways, well, let's hop into looking at the minifigs. I'll see you guys in 1 second with the minifigs. So here are the 7 minifigures that come in the set. Let's start over here with this little, like, shopper lady. She looks like she's just got a nice day of shopping. These are the old style heads, no alternate prints or anything, but it looks pretty good. Over here we got a guy who's changing. He does come with yellow legs, but I just left him in the set, so you can see him with his pants on. Anyways, we got this lady here. I think she's supposed to be the store clerk and the clerk of the little ice cream stand here, but I'm not really sure. We also got this little boy here. He looks pretty cool. Looks like he's like a pirate or something. But again, not really going on much here. We also got this window cleaner. He looks pretty good. I mean, sort of had to make the most fancy figure for that. We also got 2 mannequins. Their faces are just turned around. But I mean, yeah, these ones look pretty good. If you ask me, I think they're probably one of the better uses of minifigs. I mean, sure, it does classify as 2 minifigures, but in this set, you don't really need that many minifigures. Anyways, let's start looking at the interior. Before we hop into the interior, I thought I'd point out some of the cool features in the outside. So over here, we got a little waste bin or something with a little ice cream stand. And here, there's just some ice cream, and we also got a cone or something. I'm not really sure. I think it's supposed to be a glass. I can't tell if it's a glass or a cone. And then we also got some very nice tile work. It looks really, really good, in my opinion. I think it's probably some of the best for any of the buildings, really. We also got a little rotating door. I mean, that's more of an interior thing, but I guess I pointed out now. We also got a lamppost, which is actually a different mold than the ones in the newer ones. It's slightly different here. And a little bit of a mailbox. There's some mail in there, and yeah, we also got some flags on the side. It looks really cool. These windows look phenomenal. We also got a little window washer stand with a little glass in there. And then on the roof, we have, well, we got this huge billboard. It's pretty cool, and it actually makes the set 15 inches tall, so that's actually pretty cool. Anyways, now, let's really get into the interior. So anyways, here is the first floor of the Grand Emporium. Actually, I guess I'll point out some of the details in that. So over here we have the interior, and the first floor is actually, unfortunately, the most decorated. So over here we got the mannequins that I was telling about. They're in the window. It's pretty cool. I think we got a little bit of a perfume rack here, some shelves for some clothes. Over here, a little bit of a changing corner. Now, you just move. I have the little guy changing in there, and you know what? I told you guys, he's got yellow legs. So I mean that's kind of interesting, you know. Otherwise, we'll just stick him right here for a second. And then we also got a little bit of a hat rack here, and the coolest part, an escalator. Now, I don't think these guys can stand. Yeah, I think it's a little too much of a slope, but oh no, they can stand on it. Yeah, look, we got a guy going up the escalator. Unfortunately, there's only one direction, and I think that's a little weird. I think they actually had plans to put a second one here because it just doesn't make any sense to me. Also, oops. Also in the back here, we got a little bit of a door. Nothing really too fancy here. I mean, if you put this next to the Palace Cinema here and the bank here, this little area will be completely covered up by buildings. So I think it's just a weird thing they did. Anyways, now let's move on to the second floor. Anyways, here on the second floor, it's pretty sparse. We got an escalator, 2 plates, and 4 glasses, and that's really it. I mean, you can see here the windows are a full thing when you actually look at the pillars. It's kind of weird, but it's more of an exterior look than an interior look. You also can look down and see the escalator, and I think that's pretty cool if you ask me. That's an effect I think they were trying to go for, and which is why there's no second escalator here. I think they're really going for this look of a mall. Anyways, I think the weirdest part is there's a window there, because if you put it next to the bank or the cinema, it's going to be completely covered up. It's kind of a pointless window. I think they only put it there because they didn't expect to be making buildings that go all the way back like this. I think they were expecting this to be a one-off thing, and then they completely forgot about that. Anyways, the escalator built here is actually the exact same one as the lower floor, so there's nothing really too interesting to talk about here. So, yeah, let's move on to the third floor. So this upper floor here is actually a little more furnished, per se. There's actually some things in here to look at. We have a chandelier, and this is actually a really nice chandelier build. It's probably one of my favorites, personally. But then we also have, like, a little scooter table, two, like, I don't know, like, kickballs or something. And we also got, I don't know if you guys can quite see it, but we got a little dollhouse. You can also look straight down to the first floor, which I think that's interesting. But otherwise, I mean, this is again, this is almost the exact same assembly as the second floor. So nothing really too fancy going on here. I mean, let's go take a quick peek at the roof. Anyway, so here's the roof. We got this little window washer. I think I pointed this out earlier, but if you really want to, you can pose it so a figure it looks like he's cleaning the windows. So I think that's pretty cool. We also got this huge skylight that uses two windshield pieces as, like, the thing. If you look down, you can kind of see all the way to the first floor. And we also got this billboard, but I already talked about it. So, I mean, there's nothing really too fancy going on the roof because it's just a roof. But I guess one thing I should point out is this really nice little flower decoration. It adds some texture to the roof, and I think it looks pretty cool. So, yeah, let's wrap this up. And so here I decided, before I wrap things up, I would show you guys how the Grand Emporium looks like by some of the other more recent modular buildings. Recent being only two of them, and one of them was just released a year after. So we got it, next to the diner. And I personally really like how it looks next to the diner. I think it looks really, really good, and I think it helps the city layout flow, especially since you take a look at a side profile, the little, like, white bit there on the first floor sticks out, and you can actually see it. I think it adds lots of depth, and honestly, it looks really good. You can see everything, and it just looks great. And if you come around over here, I put it next to the garage. This looks a little wonky, and the garage just looks wonky next to any corner building because of how it's shaped. But, I think it looks okay. I mean, if you're doing a lineup, I think, and you have to do it like this, I think it's good. And I also have the pet shop here, and if you guys just give me 1 second. We now have the Grand Emporium between two regular street buildings. We got the diner on one side and the pet shop on the other. And I personally think this is a really nice setup. If you are able to do this for some reason, or any reason really, I'd say do it, because it just looks phenomenal like this. And my only complaint is how these two pillars here line up. But otherwise, I think this is just phenomenal. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you like it, do subscribe, comment, tell me what you want to see. Anyways, see you all later. Peace out.